Hi everyone, I'm Summer. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be going over the power of our words, the power of our thoughts, the power of the words we write down, the power of the words that we text. Really understanding that your voice, your words, any way that you can articulate information is your biggest tool in life. It's so beautiful once you are able to master this and once you're able to see like how powerful it is, how God created us to be able to have control over our reality. People to even do studies to show us proof of this. Like, it does resonate in our soul. It does. But there are also studies that show proof of this. So I will be going over those studies and you can check them out for yourself. All right. So it's really important to know everything that we say, our mind, our reality, they back up. It's like a mirror. Okay, everything we say, our brain is programmed to mirror. If you say that you are a person that always shows up, your brain will go through the memories of every time that you've ever shown up for yourself or someone else. But if you say that you have a hard time showing up, then your brain just as much so will go through the memories of any time that you have had a hard time showing up. If we look for the good, we see the good. If we look for the bad, we see the bad. Okay, we know that. Whenever we're crying, blah, 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 you know, we're going through all of these other memories of being sad to help us kind of get it out more. I mean, I've noticed it whenever I be going through something. It's okay, you know, but it's important to realize that we do have the power to change these things with our voice. If you're not a person who is yet very open with your voice, you can write these things down, express them, and change those neurological pathways. So in the same way, whenever we say something, our brain wants to back it up, you also have to understand that your reality is like a big brain. In a way, our universe is like a big brain in that way of it is going to back up every single thing that we say. We can use this as a tool. We can use this as our literal superpower because, I mean, think of how many other animals, mammals, anything on this earth can do that. The power of the voice. Humans are basically the only ones. I mean, maybe parrots, but if a parrot out here starts manifesting before you do, then babe, we got to get to work. Okay. Teach your parents to manifest for you. Anyways, the point is that we are one of a kind in this ability to manifest our desires so seamlessly and for our reality to be built in order to back those up, back up our words. And it's so simple. You just think anything I say, my world is going to back up. Assume that to be true. And by the law of assumption, it is. What we think is if everything that we say, there is a mirror in front of us and our future mirrors this back into our life, then what is the mirror going to show us? And it really gets to a point of speak delusionally, honestly. Like if you are going through something, you know, if you're having fear, if you're having doubt, speak the opposite. It's that simple. What is the opposite of that hardship you are going through? Speak the opposite. If you are in fear, say, I am safe and protected. Your brain replays every single memory of any time that you have been safe and protected. And with your brain in that program of looking back at every time you've been safe and protected, your reality then becomes programmed in that program of safety and protection. There's no room for fear. There's no room for doubt. And even if it does creep in, bam, I'm safe and protected, period. I feel safe and protected. I love being safe and protected. I see safety and protection all around me. I understand safety and protection. Go up every single chakra. Bam. And then as you go up every single chakra, bless every single chakra with safety and protection. There is no room in any part of you, in any energy center in your body for fear. It's only safety and protection. You are a walking program of safety and protection at that point. And as you do this consistently, those neurological pathways of safety and protection become more paved out than fear. It doesn't matter if you grew up in fear. The only reason why you are continuing to go down those fear pathways is because that is what you grew up in. And that is the neurological pathway that is the most paved out. So we pick a new road. We have free choice, the ability to pick a new neurological pathway. So with our free choice, with our free will, we use our voice as a tool or we use writing down as a tool. We use our language as a tool pretty much to pave out these new neurological pathways. And as we pave out these new neurological pathways, these pathways that benefit us become the ones that are the most paved out, and they become the ones that our brain naturally goes down. Whenever we think about going out in public, instead of the anxiety or the fear, we go down the pathway of safety and protection. And if we are safe and protected, then we can create freely. We can express freely. We can listen to our intuition freely. And then we create the life that we deserve. So that is the neurological pathway aspect of that. And understand that that is not just for safety and protection. That is for everything. Some people grew up in lack. Some people grew up without financial help, and they get in that neurological pathway of thinking that's just the way it is. But one super important thing to understand is matter does not matter. The past does not matter. This is the present moment, and it always will be the present moment. If you are so focused on that past, then you are giving all of your energy to that past. Okay? Take it back. Be focused on the present moment and say, I don't care what I grew up in. This is now, and this is the neurological pathway that I knew I deserved then. I knew my childhood self deserved that neurological pathway of safety and protection. And just because I didn't receive it does not mean that I cannot give it to myself. Give yourself the gift of safety and protection. Give your childhood self the gift of safety and protection. Give your childhood self the gift of being able to create freely and love freely and express yourself freely. Be able to go on your life path freely. It's so beautiful once you realize that it is just neurological pathways. And the reason why people are more in anxiety than safety and protection is only because that's just the neurological pathway that's the most paved out. But we have the ability through free choice, through free speech, free thought, being able to close our eyes anywhere we are and visualize anything. We have the ability to create a different neurological pathway. It's already created. I mean, duh. There's been times where you were safe and protected. There's been times where you got an abundance of money. And as you focus on those, as you remind yourself of those, that is the neurological pathway that you just travel down naturally. Your brain backs it up by replaying any memory of safety and protection, by replaying any memory of abundance, by replaying anything, any Christmas present you got, any birthday present you got, any coin you found on the ground, any dollar you found on the ground. That is all your brain is in. Then your reality has to back that up. Your reality has to match your state of mind, your state of being. It's no other way. It's the way that God designed it for us. We're here. We have the free choice to use it. We have the freedom of speech to use it. Understanding that everything we say, everything that we think, our brain wants to back up, our reality wants to back up, and it will. We now look at the studies. Is this proof? And how can we truly resonate with this and let it be our own reality instead of thinking you are the exception to these miracles? You are not the exception to the miracles. You are the miracles. You are the miracle maker through your voice. We are created in God's image, meaning that we are many creators. We are many creators by being created in God's image. God created the world on his voice alone. And he created us in his image, meaning we create with our voice. We create with language. We create with writing things down. Our body physically remembers making the movement of the mouth of an affirmation, of a manifestation, of us saying that we are already in our desires, or our body remembers writing it down, and then it literally becomes memory in our body. It becomes us. It's just a memory in our body. And when it's a memory in our body feels comfortable with it. When it's a memory in our body, our reality has to match that. Our reality will always match our state of being. There essentially were studies done of working out and people visualizing working out. There were 3 groups. The first group visualized working out. They closed their eyes and they visualized it for over 17 seconds a day, because focusing on something for 17 seconds is what makes it be created in our reality. Okay, they focused on working out. And then the second group literally had restraints. They had their arms and legs tied down while they were doing this visualization. They visualized working out. They visualized it. They felt it. They said, like, what you say when you're lifting the weights. I don't know, babe. I do yoga. They visualized, and at the end of these studies, whenever they checked their muscles, the literal muscle mass had grown as if they had been doing extremely strenuous workouts. That is how real this is. That is how real that visualization, affirmations, manifestations, our words alone are. Our brains alone are. Our souls being observers of our brain and telling our brain, this is where we're at. Even if your brain doesn't comprehend it right in front of you, your soul tells your brain, I don't care if you don't see it. This is where we're at. This is where we're at in our soul journey. We are super jacked, okay? And the studies showed that their muscles had grown as if they had done the workouts. Literal reality injected muscle mass into their bodies. They went into a world where they were in the body. They went into a reality. They went to an earth where their body had the muscle mass that their soul had told their brain they had done. It's so beautiful to know this information and to practice it. Speak kindly to ourselves. You know, if you understand that about the bodybuilding, about the muscles, then you can also understand how we speak about ourselves, our appearance, how we view ourselves is just as important. The point is just knowing this is real, and you will be shown information that backs this up. You accept it and you will be shown this is real. That is the power of our words, the power of our thoughts, the power of affirmations, manifestations. This is such a beautiful world we live in, and we use these tools to our advantage because we are made in God's image, meaning we are many creators. So let's create our reality the way that we deserve. Let's create our reality the way that our childhood self deserved. And let's create our reality the way that our 90-year-old self deserves. We love every part of ourselves so that we can experience the best reality possible. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a few affirmations going up our chakras to in the video out. We'll have them also in the comment description below so you can write these down. I start each affirmation with a different phrase depending on which chakra it pertains to. I start with I am with the root chakra, then I go up to I feel with the sacral chakra, up to I do with the solar plexus chakra, then to our heart, obviously I love, then to our throat chakra, I speak, then to our third eye chakra, I see, and finally our crown chakra, I understand. I am the creator of my reality. I feel like a powerful creator without any limits in front of me, behind me. There is only now. And right now, I feel like I am limitless. I do not chase, I attract. I do not chase the past or the future. I attract the blessings of the present moment. Up to our heart. I love being the creator of my reality. I love the responsibility this places on me. I love being able to take a fresh breath of air and realize that the air in my lungs fuels the words that I create my reality with. I love sharing this information with people. I love helping my family go down different neurological pathways that benefit their lives. I speak my desires into existence. I speak my thoughts down neurological pathways that benefit me. I speak love to myself and everyone that I encounter. I see my reality being created off of my words, off of my thoughts, off of me expressing myself. I see love for myself. I see love for my incredible brain, my incredible God, my incredible universe, my incredible reality that was designed for me to create it. I see that I am made in God's image. Therefore, I see that I am a mini creator. Just as God created me, I create. I understand I am the operant power of my reality. I understand that I create my manifestations. I understand that I create my desires. I understand that I create my own happiness. I understand love. I understand thankfulness. I understand gratitude for this incredible ability. Yeah, I always end every session with thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, soul. Thank you, soul, for carrying me. Thank you, God, for creating me. Thank you, God, for creating my soul. Thank you, God, for creating my universe. Thank you, God, for creating this beautiful existence that I have all around me. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And understand that emotions are the fuel of these affirmations. Affirmations, our words, are the GPS that we program whenever we get into our vehicle of life, which is our bodies. And our emotions are the gas in the tank of our journey of life. So we elevate these emotions in order to fuel these affirmations, in order to quantum leap into the reality that we are desiring. So we set the intention, we gas up, and then it's free range. We just go, we just love, we just create, we just express, we just learn, we just evolve. And that is our existence. Like, thank you, God. I'm your host, Summer, from Summer Awakens. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great, amazing, beautiful life that you deserve. Use these tools to your advantage. I promise you that life will just start showing up for you. Reach out to me if you have any questions. My information is below. Love y'all. Have a great life.